Away from AI and fintech, it's time to talk politics. It's just over a month to the Anambra governorship election, and the countdown has begun. The Independent National Electoral Commission is stepping up preparations while political parties intensify their campaign across the state, from security to infrastructure to job and development. The issues are on the table. The voters are watching closely, with national attention fixed on Anambra. The coming weeks will set the tone for Nigeria's most closely followed elections. Now, joining us for this conversation is the governorship candidate of African Action Congress, Chioma Ifemeluduke. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on the program.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you on the show. So how prepared are you for this particular election? In an election described to be for the men. You are about 2 of you in this race contesting this election. How prepared are you?
Whatever preparedness means, I'm prepared.
Okay. So I heard that you are the only female candidate in this election. Can you hear us?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
That could be. I'm not very certain. I know at some point I know there was a female, but I haven't seen or heard about it again. So I can't categorically say that if I'm the only female standing. But
yeah, apologies. I just got my information correct. You are one of 2 candidates. Yes. So what does that mean for you and for women participation in politics in Nigeria?
It means that we're getting there, you know, because you can't undermine female participation. We bring the balance, so there should be more women. So, but if we have myself and whomever it is, that means that we're getting to that very work, because we're showing to our people, women, our gender, that there's no limit to what you can achieve, and nobody should tell you that you belong to the room and the kitchen alone. You could build a life while you participate in vital political activities. Yes, you can actively participate in politics while you build your life or your family. So yes, we're here to draw the balance and get attention of our gender. Yes.
Yeah, some have described you as a pretender in this race. Do you see yourself winning this election, considering the fact that you're coming from a party that is not popularly known?
Someone, can I know where this is, which particular direction that statement was coming? Would you like to share with me?
Some of your critics have described that you are just a pretender in this race, that you are not a contender in this particular election.
Oh, well, for as long as I'm in the ballot, like every other candidate, nobody has that right to call me a pretender. And, you know, it's easy to point a finger, but, you know, while you're pointing one finger, there are 4 others pointing at you. What makes me a pretender? The fact that I am very passionate about my people. What qualifies the person to use such words? The fact that I'm coming out irrespective of whatever limitations to say that I can do it. Who here is the pretender? The people who use resources to service illegally political structures. People who use money to pay electorates. Who is the pretender? People who use allocations that should be used for building to put up charades and on accounts for our state resources. Who is the pretender? People who have the resources and the manpower and the vote of the electorate to make sure there's security in Anambra State, to make sure that the lives and property of the Anambra is secured or guaranteed. But today we haven't seen that happening. the question is, who exactly is the pretender? The very people who use APGA as a cover for their criminal activity, for their unpatriotic leadership style. Who are the pretenders? People
sounds...
with questionable character. So we should place myself and some of these people on a scale side by side. Take away that the money they use in servicing the structure, we will actually know who the real pretender and who the real wolf, in sheep clothing is.
Well, that sounds very harsh to describe a party like that. But you said earlier this week, while the news was on, that you are withdrawing from the race. Let me quote you. You described the alleged withdrawal as a fake news orchestrated by individuals who do not want the state to progress beyond its current stage. Who were you referring to?
Yes, whoever cooked up that lie, because it's fallacy. How am I going to withdraw from a race as delicate as this? We're talking about the people of Anambra State, who are the reason why I'm running this race. The very grassroots, people who are suffering bad leadership and, nepotic system of government. These are the very people I'm coming to stand and be their voice. So whoever cooked up the lie that I'm, leaving this very assignment is the person I was referring to. It is wicked and malicious. Because you think probably I'm a younger candidate or whatever limitation you think or advantage you think you have over me, does not give anyone the right to undermine this journey that I've taken on. I'm not leaving it, I'm not abandoning it, and I'm not going to ever betray my people in such a manner.
Now, you have said a lot about people in the other party. I want to ask, why should the people of Anambra State vote for you?
Because I've got better plans.
What are the
plans? I've got better plans for Anambra State. For instance, it's very important that we look at Anambra State as a state that has the potential to make agriculture a major source of revenue collection. But over time, we haven't seen that happening. But under my leadership, I intend to bring in programs and schemes that can help to boost agricultural activities. First of all, I have a plan to bring what I call AFEX, the Anambra Farmers Empowerment Scheme. Through this scheme, we intend to train nothing less than 50,000 farmers in the course of 1 to 2 years under our administration. And we're not just training these farmers to go out there without any aid or support. We intend to empower them with 500,000 soft loans, low interest loans of about 5% to pay in 4 years. And because we understand how much finance would help these farmers in their farming activities, we intend also to make sure that through this scheme that they get subsidized fertilizers, because without fertilizers, they can't be adequate farming, and also the output of this farming food supply would be affected. So we intend to make sure that they have access to fertilizers at a subsidized rate. And also, very importantly, that they have access to upgraded seedlings. Because if they are able to have upgraded seedlings, that it's going to affect also the production of their farm. And then we're going to have food supply at an increased rate and also at a good quality. So very importantly, we're also looking at securing the farmers in their settlements, because we've come to realize that the farmer herders clash also exists in Anambra State. The herders have their settlements around, and sometimes it's around this terrain where farmers carry on their activities. And we don't want a situation like we've seen in Benue and other Plateau, where we see bloodletting so much. Crises and clashes. So we intend to enforce the open grazing laws, yes, in Anambra State. And we intend to have nothing less than 10 pilot ranches with nothing less than 1,000 capacity of cattle. We need to start applying modern approach. We need to start, making sure that these clashes are unnecessary. This waste of lives are unnecessary because government is not genuinely concerned about the very people that they serve. And for us, service is key, and it has to affect the very people that would vote for us. So I'm calling to the attention of the Anambra State that they must not lose sight of the trauma for governor candidacy. They should never allow anybody to make them feel that this is a candidate to undermine or overlook, because they will. Okay.
Just a moment, if I may quickly come in. Talk is cheap. You've said something about service delivery. How do you intend to achieve all of this? At the moment, there are pressure on governors in Nigeria to increase the minimum wage. How can you work as a governor to increase the GDP of Anambra to be more creative in bringing about more development to the state?
Yeah, talk is cheap, but that's what most of our leaders are doing. The same talk they come here to talk is the same way I'm coming here to utilize this opportunity to speak to my people. And it's only when they give me the chance and they will know the difference with a talker and an action person. So when it comes to raising source of revenue for my state and increasing the GDP, I think most importantly for me, I'm a creative, and I believe so much in creativity. If you look at what we're doing already in the campaign, you find out that we're innovative because we're youth candidacy. So we don't try to do the same or go the same route or approach that these old people go. So the things they don't see as potentials, we see them. For instance, in our campaign, we brought the initiative to do a talent discovery and a football tournament, targeting the very young people who are the future of Anambra State, understanding that there needs to be a fundamental change in mindset of our people. And without that happening, we're heading nowhere. Because we came into Anambra and we realized that everybody was looking at our pockets. Give me, nyemego. All of that is what we want to eradicate from the minds of our people. Why am I saying this? If we can, in a campaign with not as much resources as this so-called heavyweights, and we're trying to empower our people through creativity, through innovations, through identifying their potentials. That is the same approach we're going to do when we get into government. There's so many areas that we're going to be looking into in the creative, the entertainment industry. There's so many potentials we're going to be harnessing and making sure that our young people, that we make talent a source of revenue collection by investing heavily. Most importantly, the Nollywood sector, which is actually where I belong, in the music sector, which is also a very that's got lots of potential for our young people. Also in content creation, we see content creation all over the place. We intend to empower young people to better utilize their skills, and then therein we have enough revenue to collect. And also in the areas of environment, clean up our environment, build our drainage system, make our environment more conducive for investors to come in. Therein, you'll be having more revenue, and the GDP would naturally grow.
Absolutely. Well, you've not talked about security, how you can secure the lives and property of Anambra residents at this time. Talk to us about what plans do you have to ensure that the lives and property of citizens in that state is secured.
Okay, so I like to say this. I tweeted yesterday night that security is not just the absence of violence, because people always think it's always when there's no violence and it means there's no, it's not. It's actually the presence of orderliness. It's actually when people can trust their government to make certain policies, take certain actions to secure their lives. It's actually when people can go about their lives and their work feeling safe. When that is not achieved, then you know that there is a problem. There is insecurity. And most importantly, when people are duly empowered. So what do we intend to do? First of all, we have a plan under my leadership as governor to create vigilante groups, not this one that we have in Anambra State. I don't necessarily have
is anything wrong with the Agone Chamber?
Oh, I don't need to tell you there's something wrong with them. Isn't it obvious with the NYSC young lady that was, oh my God. I don't even, you know, it's so sad in the 21st century that this can happen under the leadership of a so-called professor, of a former CBN governor, of a man that has his family living in a society where human rights are protected. That was a total embarrassment, not just to him, but to the Anambra state. And to think that that NYSC copper is not from Anambra state, it was really heart-wrenching to watch. So I don't need to tell you what these guys have been. And this is because of inadequacy. When government is so interested in showing off more than working, when inside is empty, but they want to just show you so much and say, hey, we're solution, embrace us. Even when the people are dying and crying, that they don't feel your government, but they're so eager to put out awards on social media. Hey, we won an award. What about how the people feel? I went to Anambra State Government House. That video went viral. And I went on a solo protest with two of my comrades to demand the justice for the life of Emmanuel Igwe Chinecherem. The young man who was just going to clock 19 years was killed in the very brutal way no human being should ever experience. He was kidnapped, himself and his foster sisters, for 4 days in the bush without anybody coming to help him. He was slaughtered like an animal. That was just after 4 weeks. Well, when the governor of Anambra State, the current governor, Professor Charles Soludo, went to America in a town hall meeting and said that herders are not the cause of insecurity in Anambra State, that it is the Igbo people. Meanwhile, after 4 weeks of that careless, reckless statement, a young boy who should have been protected under his government was slaughtered.
I'm quite sure.
I led the protest because we could not continue a campaign while a child was killed.
I'm quite sure the state government is not resting on its ears to ensure that the safety of lives and property in the state is key at the moment. I like your passion. And in just 30 seconds, do you see yourself winning this election?
Oh, yes, I'm going to win these elections.
You are.
Even the Anambra State are ready, I will win the elections. I can't win it without their approval. And I'm saying to them right now, this is the chance they have to redirect their lives and make a better decision at the ballot.
Governorship
I will win the election.
Governorship candidates.
In the Anambra State, and everybody watching me.
All right. Thank you very much, governorship candidate of the African Action Congress, Chioma Ifemili Duke. Many thanks for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll take a break, and when we come back from the break, it's time to talk entertainment. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.